Chris Stapleton, think I'm in love with you. Okay, so basically a CBT playthrough for Jay. Tuning for this is standard. You didn't want tabs or nothing, so I kind of just jotted down intro however many times and then verse however many times. I didn't want to get crazy with it, but you were right. There wasn't a lot of dominant guitar. I was fortunate to find a track with no vocals, because that's when us YouTube guys get in trouble, when you got someone singing. But I was able to find this version. You had wanted to fill it in basically with guitar. I tried to keep it nice and solid. I didn't want it to get too crazy. The guitar that is in there, I think, sounds pretty nice. You know, that's why I went ahead and went with 10-7 on the B, 9-6 on the G. Those are pull-offs, and then 6-4 on the G. And then I threw in. So I want to explain that one really quick, because I know you'll be fine with the others. 2D pick, hammer 4, 2G twice, down up, 4 pull 2 on the D, and then 4G slide to 6, till the note, and then pick 4. So it's and then you're going right back. Put a little vibrato on them. Okay, your chord outline for this. And I could have showed you the same chords up and down the neck, different. And I almost did on one part. That's where I stopped playing. And I was like, I'm just going to stick to the main. So I like this version of F sharp minor. It's kind of a jazz version, but 2 E, middle, muted A, and then third finger bar the second fret D, G, and B. Okay, so that would be that. The A, muted out. Where a chord book would probably tell you. Like that. That's just too typical sounding to me. I thought this had a little more class to the feel of it. Taking that fifth out of it up there. Whole note, so that gets the 4 count. Now, the strum, these ones you can toy around with, which I did, but oops. Hold on. That wasn't supposed to happen. You notice at the beginning I just kept it solid. There's the F sharp minor, 3, 4 to E major, you know that chord. 3, 4 to B minor, you know that chord. 2, 3, 4, again, 2, 3, 4. So that's your outline. F sharp minor, E major, B minor, B minor. I think the third time through I started doing stuff like lift the middle finger off. Little things like that, playing around with the notes. Even on the E, you know, I practiced a playthrough with it maybe 2 times, and I thought, oh, I got this down. But there was a part where I was going F sharp minor, E. If you want to throw in some double stops, you can come in off the E. Remember, there's a whole note, so they get a 4 count. So do a 2 count, 1, 2. So 9, A hammer, 11 on the A. Wow, starting by itself. What's up with that? 9 hammer, 11 on the A. Double stop is your 9 D and G. So you're going, and then 11 A slide off, if you want. But so if you choose to do that, throw it in after the E major chord. Half note goes to the chord, the other half goes to the double stop. I would save the toying around for the 3rd and 4th time, because that verse goes 4 times. After the verse, it goes right back to the solo. Anyways, you already know that, and it goes 2 times through. Then we hit. Couldn't remember if this was the pre-chorus or it just went into the chorus here. It's one of the more involved parts. B minor 7, bar the 2nd fret A string all the way down to the high E, go middle 3 B, 3rd finger 4 D, and that's called B minor 7. The B minor, you would have your pinky on 4 G. I just remove that. Now you can have it down, that'll be fine too, but I'm a minor 7 fan, and major 7s as well. So now we've moved to a strum pattern, okay? What we're going with is down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So you could practice just going and then do 2 in a row. Because that's what we're going to use over these next 4 chords, or however many are in here. I think 5. So that's B minor 7. 4 times of that, by the way. So index, mute, string 6. And then go ahead and start your strum. 2, 3, 4. Then I go to that F sharp minor that we used earlier. 2, mute, 2, 2, 2. Same thing, 4 times. If you want to hit the first downbeat a little harder each time, that's fine. Back to B minor 7. 4 times. 3, 4. And I love how this resolves. Be a C sharp. I call this a C sharp 7 suspended, but there's probably, I know there's another name for it. 2 times through of that, and then a C sharp major. Okay, when you get to the C sharp major, is the strum pattern once, and then an added downbeat, which is the break. So let's take it from this part. Hold on. Okay, so the C sharp major is just 4A, 6th fret, D, G, and B. Another option, it's easier, is you can just go from the 7th suspended to the 7th. So you can go. Just by moving the pinky back to fret 6 on the B. I actually almost like that better. As opposed to... But C sharp has a solid resolve as well, so you have to decide what you want on that. That is it for that part. Okay, then there's a fill that comes in that goes. And these are mainly double stops. 4th fret G and B, 2nd fret G and B. No, 4th fret G and B you got to bend. So you're going to want to back it with a few fingers. That'll be the hardest part. Then 4, 2, 4, 2, G and B. So on the D string go 4, 2, 4. And then back to G and B. 2s and 4s. 2s bend down. And then 4D vibrato rest. So it's. That's it for the fill, which is cool. You're actually playing that, I think, with the whole band, accents and everything. Might be just guitar and bass. After that, after the fill, we go to verse 2. Okay, remember verse 1 was very simple, and then we built it to the. But this time. And I can hear they're doing it too. There's more involved here on the second verse. So what I did is another strum pattern for you. Starting with F sharp minor. And we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down. Rest. Sounds like this. E major. B minor. Stay there. Start over 6 times. Maybe lift the middle off. See what I'm doing there? So much you can do to build off stuff. Anyways, that's a long time through there. 6 times. 256, you're back to the intro solo. So you go through the intro solo twice. So that intro solo is in here 3 times total. Each time it's 2 times each. Gross solo. You told me that you wanted to extend it. I wish they would have went longer. I could have extended this solo. But I didn't want to take away the... I felt like that needed to be there. It's a key hook. Less is more sometimes. But I liked what I came up with, even though there's not a lot here in the lead. I had... And what I'm doing is 5 on the high E, pick, hammer 7, pull 5, and then 7, 5, B, E. 7, pull 5 on the B, 6, G, 5, hammer 7, B, vibrato rest. So that's your pattern. Do that same pattern, but on fret 2 on the G. In other words. Okay, but I do want to explain it because this doesn't involve the B string, which is tuned in fourths. So it's 2, 4, 2 on the G, pick, hammer, pull. 4, 2, D, G. 4, pull 2, D to 4A. And then 2, hammer 4 on the D. It's just an octave lower of this. See, because that's not an octave, but it works with the chords. Because an octave would be, wait a minute, my bad. It is an octave below. Higher one here, note for note, an octave lower. And then I thought, you know, let's change something a little bit, and I threw in these octaves. Down up mute, and then 2, mute, 4, A, D, and G. These octaves will all be played on the same strings. Go down up mute into the chords, so I would leave these where they need to be, but relieve the pressure. And I like to drop these 2 down to help secure the mute. It's a triplet. Down, up, down. That final down, you should hear the octave. Repeat it, move it up a whole step. So go. Then move it up a half step, and then move it up a whole step. So you have. Make sure you don't go, and we all tend to do this at times, like we finished our little triplet, and sometimes we subconsciously don't even realize it. We're putting a rest in there. There is no rest till the very end of it. Right there. You'll hit the 7-9 again, slide it to 9-11, and then I resolved it with this. F sharp minor to E major. So it's 5, 7, 6, E, B, G. Looks like a D minor, right? Just different frets. This looks like a D major, but it's not. It's a E major, but it's a D shape. It's 4, 5, 4. And those are quicker changes, like, oops, you can go back into that, so. Appreciate you, brother.